Hey everyone, welcome back to Iguana Gaming. I'm the Iguana, and today we are playing some Ark Survival Evolved Mobile Edition. But today is a little bit different, as you may have noticed by the video title. Today, I thought we would take a break from Let's Plays and do a little bit of a top 5 video. So today, I want to go over the top 5 dinos to tame under level 20. I actually have all of them here, and we're going to go through all 5 of them. So if you guys do find yourself enjoying this video at any point, please remember to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Alright, so first of the 5 creatures is going to be the Dodo. Now, the Dodo may not seem like an obvious choice. It's not a particularly useful creature for the most part. However, when you are first starting out on the game, you don't have a lot of inventory weight. And Dodos you can use as like backpacks basically. So you can pick them up, carry them around, you can put things in their inventory and it will reduce the amount of weight that you are carrying around. You can have them follow you around, which is really useful. And they're extremely easy to tame. All you have to do is punch them and feed them some berries, and then you have like a little companion to follow you around, especially down on the beaches. I think Dodos probably easily fill that number 5 slot for the best dinos to tame under level 20. That is definitely one of the easiest, and yeah, I think Dodos are great. So believe it or not, they actually do make the list as they do have some usefulness for backpacking. They also create Dodo eggs, which I believe we might even have some in this little hut of mine. Yes. Okay, so they lay a lot of eggs as well, so they're also an easy source of food early on in the game because Dodo eggs actually fill you up pretty easy, and Dodo eggs are pretty essential for creating Dodo kibble, which you can use to tame pteranodons later on. So yeah, Dodos are a really useful first tame to have. They're always useful to have at least one female around, just for the eggs to tame pteranodons if you want them. And they're cute. Like, they're just really cute. So I think they make the top 5 list for mobile dinos, and you can make a rug out of them. If you go to your Amber store, go down to rugs, you can purchase a Dodo rug for a small amount of amber, and then they have, it's a nice little base decoration. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into number 4 here. Believe it or not, I actually think the Dilophosaurus is probably the number 4 most useful dino here. And that is because Dilos, like Dodos, are really easy to tame. You can knock them out with your fists pretty easily. You can knock them out with a slingshot, so you can get them really early on in the first few levels of the game. And if you get a pack of these, say, I don't know, like 3 or 4 of these guys going on, they can just follow you around on the beaches, and they are awesome guards. So they can actually take down raptors, they can hunt dodos for you. They essentially just act as really good little guards. They're a really good way to like harvest meat early on in the game. And they do that cool little spit attack, which can actually buy you time. If you're playing PvP, they can spit at an enemy, and if they blind them long enough, you might have time to run away if you're new to the game. So under level 20, a Dilophosaurus is going to be a good friend to you. I think they're going to do well, especially if you get more than one of them. It's going to be super useful. Alright, so now we're going to get up into the higher level ones, the ones that you can ride. And number 1 is the Parasaur. Now, I chose the Parasaur, which is at the same level, I believe it's level 9 or 10? Yeah, 10. Now, the Parasaur saddle you can learn at the same time as the Phiomia and the Carbonimus. And the Carbonimus is the turtle, for those who don't know. But I chose the Parasaur out of those 3 specifically because it has the most speed. So the Phiomia is fast, but it doesn't do anything else except poop, basically. You can force feed it stimberries to make it poop. The Parasaur is fast, has a decent amount of weight, and a decent amount of stam, and it can harvest berries. Now the turtle can also harvest berries, and it can swim a little bit better than the parasaur can, but it is not fast. Turtles are really useful as tanks, especially in PvP, but they're not super great for early game. Like, if you are just trying to get established, you are going to do way better taming a parasaur, trying to get around fast, trying to harvest berries, and transport your items to wherever your base is. Your parasaur is going to be more useful than a turtle, I think. Alright, so the parasaur comes in at slot number 3 for most useful under 20. Alright, hopping right into this here, we are going to go to the Raptor. So the Raptor, I believe, is tameable at level 18 is when you can make the saddle for this guy. There it is in the Ingram's menu. Now the Raptor is a particularly cool dino. So this is the first rideable carnivore you can get. They are super fast. Yeah, they just run super fast. They do have a jump, and they can attack very quickly. So the Raptor is actually the first dino that I would consider taking into like a cave, the lower south cave. So if you are low level and you can get yourself a really good Raptor, you should absolutely use that to go into a cave. Yeah, so Raptors are great for a number of reasons because of that. Yeah, so they're like the major way to harvest meat. They are definitely super fast. Oh my gosh, they're just a really cool like intro carnivore, I think. Definitely a step up from the Dilophosaurus. Obviously, nowhere near as good as like a Rex or a Giga, but those are really late game mounts, or I guess they can be early game if you play on multiplayer, but for the early game, for single player, I think a Raptor is a really good place to start, especially if you're taking your time. And look how fast they attack. It's crazy. There we go. Eat that Dodo. Alright. Okay. So that was number 4. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move into the... Actually, that was number 2. Sorry. Number 2. I'm moving backwards up the list. The most useful of all the dinos under level 20, yes, it's the Trike. I will stand by this decision no matter what. The other ones, I'm happy to hear what people think about my call on this, whether they think that there is a dino you can tame under 20 that is more useful, or a dino that you can ride under 20 that is more useful. I'm happy to hear arguments on that, but I believe the Trike is the most useful of all of the mounts. Let's go ahead and put some stamina on this guy real quick, because it is a little low. This is a pretty low level Trike. So Trikes are great for a number of reasons. Number 1, they are berry harvesters. So they can harvest a lot more berries in a lot less time than the Parasaur can. They are not as fast as the Parasaur, but that is because they are tanks. These guys can take quite a few hits. They have a lot of natural armor. They have a lot of natural health. And so if you put anything into that armor and health, basically you're gonna get yourself like a really good mount to travel with, because you will be pretty invulnerable to most attacks, even by larger creatures. I have killed Rexes with Trikes. I've never been able to do that unless I had crazy Raptors, or like a huge pack of Raptors. So Trikes, you can do that just like with yourself and your Trike in cloth armor, which is kind of amazing. So, yeah, they're just so good. And then another reason that they are in the number 1 slot here is because they are, they do a lot of knockback damage, so not a lot of stuff can actually hit you. So, for example, let's go ahead and make this Dillo angry. There we go. Look at how much knockback that does to creatures, and it does that to all creatures. So pretty much nothing is immune to the knockback from a Trike, which means that, like, you just have such an easy time fighting off wild dinos. Like, Trikes are one of the most useful creatures just for that reason alone. I usually use them as taming companions. I use them as berry harvesters. I use them as, like, my main mode of transport under, like, the low levels on the ground. So basically, before I get flyers, I primarily use a Trike. They are faster than Stegos, and yeah, they're just they're so good. I cannot get over how much I love Trikes, guys. I really think that if you are going to invest in one dino before level 20, put it all into getting a Trike. They're also not that hard to tame. You just need some Trank arrows. You can take them down with a slingshot, but it is very difficult, and their headpiece actually acts as natural armor, so you can't, you don't want to hit their head, essentially. You want to hit their body if you're going to tame them. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, that's the top 5, guys. Coming in at number 1 is the Trike, number 2 is the Raptor, 3 the Parasaur, 4 the Dilophosaur, and then 5 the Dodo. So let me know what you guys think about these decisions. I'm really curious to see what any viewers have to say on this, what you guys think are the most useful dinos under level 20, remember. So saddles or ability to ride or not ride under level 20. Let me know what you think. And I do realize that direwolves you can also technically tame under level 20 and ride. And if those were all over the map, I would have included them as well, because direwolves are an extremely good mount. But I think for starting off, particularly most of the map, and definitely in the Southern Isles where most players do start, I think the 5 I've selected are a pretty good selection for this particular game. Alright, so I think that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I know it was a short one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to hit that like button. It seriously helps me out. And if you want to see more content like this, you can, of course, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see more top 5 videos. I have a few I've been thinking of. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Signing off, this is the Iguana.